Hi guys, welcome back to the Yoga Shack. I'm your host, Rachel. So today we're going to do a gentle practice. You'll need a strap and a bolster. So we'll start seated, just briefly. So you can come down onto a cushion here, have a seat, whoop, and let your eyes close once you're comfortable. Oh, it's so good to be out here during the daytime. The last few weeks I've been filming at night, so it's nice to have the sun coming in. Little warmer, but it's still good. It's good. I like summer. All right. So with that, let your eyes close and begin to focus on your breath. And allow that first inhale to just draw you deep inside your body. And notice with each breath how you can just go deeper within, noticing how the body is feeling today, what your emotional state is like, noticing if there's any areas that need special care. And being mindful of them as you go through your practice. The body is always talking to you. It's always talking. And sometimes we will ignore things that are being said by the body just to, get on with life, right? But here, when we come to the yoga mat, it's our job to really allow all the voices of the body to speak to us so that we can tailor the practice so that it's safe and it's also relevant to how we feel today. On your next inhale, drawing the arms up overhead, bring the palms together. Exhale, come on down, palms together. Inhaling up. And let the exhale be longer than the inhale. And let the inhale, again, a little shorter than the exhale. Let's do one more of these. Inhale. And draw it down. Stop at the solar plexus, letting the right hand swivel on top of the left hand. So, based on all the things that you were just observing about your body, about your mental, emotional state, how do you want to dedicate this practice today? Bringing the palms together in front of the heart center. And let's begin together with an Om. Om. Excellent. All right, coming down onto the floor. We're going to keep the feet on the floor, knees are bent, and you're just going to lay down and let yourself relax. So let the arms relax, palms up, let the shoulders relax towards the floor, and feel the entire spine as it's supported by the floor. Let that relax, and how the spine is the casing for that spinal cord. You're letting your whole nervous system relax. Just give it all a chance to come to neutral, be supported. And then begin to let the head shift side to side. Just let the head rock side to side. So remember, as we go through this, it's a gentle practice. There's no need to push or go beyond what is gentle for you. So even though, like, on a day where you're like, oh, I'm going to do it really intensely, that's not this practice. We are being gentle, mellow, and seeing how that does with our bodies, with our minds, with our emotions, our spirit. I bring the head back to center. Interlace the forearms here. So you got opposite elbow in each hand. Knees are about hip width apart. We're going to let the arms shift over to the left. The head rolls to the left. The knees drop to the right. Inhale, back to center. Everything to center. And let the arms shift to the right, head to the right, knees to the left. And then inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Let the exhale be a little longer than your inhale. Go at your own pace with your breath. Doesn't matter, faster, slower than me, however your body is saying it's perfect, do that. Let the exhale be a little longer. Inhale to center. Release the hands up to the ceiling. Shake the hands out. Good. And then rubbing the hands together, build some friction, a little heat here between the palms. Good. All right, now we're going to bring the palms over the eyes and let the fingers wrap up over the forehead and let the eyes relax. Give them a little space here to let go. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Good. Now let the hands come down so the palms are on the cheeks and the fingers are up over the eyes. And again, deep breath in. Big exhale. Good. Hands back up to the ceiling. Shake it out. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Good. Drawing the right knee into the chest. Left leg slides on out onto the floor. Flex that left foot. Hold this right knee into the chest. Just hold for a second. Let the breath soften the hip socket, the hip joint. Good. And then let the knee slide out towards the right side just a little bit. Good. And then let the knee slide across towards the left side a little bit. So we're going to keep the left hand on the right knee and let the right hand come down to like the shin or the ankle here. And we're going to let the knee come back out towards the right side. Good. So we're just stabilizing the whole lower leg. Good. And then come back to center. We're going to swap the hands. So now it's the right knee and the right hand, left hand on the ankle. And pull that knee towards the center of your chest and pull the ankle towards your left hip. Okay? All right. So it's like if you're familiar with the yoga pose of pigeon, we're kind of making that happen here, but we're laying on the back. The left leg can be relaxed, though. It can just flop outwards. It's fine. Take one more breath. Good. And then release this leg into this rocking rhythm side to side. And come back to center. Interlace your fingers around the shin. We're going to inhale and let the knee come a little closer. Exhale, push the leg away like you're giving your arms traction and you're letting the shoulders relax as you make the arms just pull. I'm sorry, the knee pressing into the hands is pulling the arms longer. And then let's do that a couple more times. Just bring the knee in. Inhaling, exhale, press that leg into the hands. Let the arms go long. And one more time, bring the knee in. And then exhale and press. Good. All right, let's release the leg all the way out. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Give it a hug, and let's just hold here for a second. And you may notice, left side, right side. You may notice one side is more flexible than the other. A lot of the time, if we have chronic pain in the low back or in that sacroiliac joint, the sacrum and the pelvis joint there, if there's an imbalance in flexibility or strength from side to side, that can be often the root of our problem. This is good. We're helping even stuff out here. All right, let's bring the knee out towards the left side just a little bit. And then bring the knee towards the center of the chest. Awesome. All right, good. So now we're going to bring the knee back in just towards, as if it's hinging in. Keep the right hand on the left knee and the left hand coming down to the ankle. And we're going to bring the leg towards the left armpit. And again, we're just stabilizing the lower leg, bringing it over towards the armpit. Good. And then we're going to switch the hands. So the left hand is on the left knee, right hand on the ankle. Bring the knee in towards your chest and bringing the ankle towards the front of the right hip. So again, you can imagine like a pigeon leg in front of you if you're familiar with that pose. And if you're not, well, this is what, if we were to come upright and have the floor under us, the pigeon has the leg pretty much like this. Yeah, so really let the left side of your low back sink towards the floor. Don't roll onto the right hip. We want to keep the hips square on the floor. Awesome. All right, let's release that hold and just take the leg side to side a couple times, sweeping it. Good. And then back to center, clasping the hands around the knee here. And we're going to inhale and draw the knee in. So for this side, if you'd like to bring the head into it, you can exhale and let the head come up as if it could meet the knee, and then place the whole head back down carefully as you press the leg into the hands. The arms relax and feel that traction. Really let them have traction. And we'll do that again, exhaling. And then give yourself some traction. One more. Oh, yeah. And then we get that nice traction. The arms are so long. Oh, that's so good. All right. Release that foot to the floor, both feet to the floor. Arms relax out at the sides and let the knees drop side to side to side. Oh, that's good. All right. So then come to center, crossing the right ankle on the left thigh, drawing the left foot in. I'm sorry. So you can stay right here with the left foot on the floor. If you want to take the stretch further, if it still feels gentle to you to take it further, bring the left foot off the floor. And again, keep that idea of gentle in your mind as you, if you want to go further, let your hands clasp around that left shin, drawing it in towards your chest. Okay. One more inhale here. Exhale, both feet to the floor, and we'll go back to that windshield wiper knees, side to side, arms relax out at the sides. And you're feeling the whole lower back twisting as you go side to side. We're no longer keeping the hips stable here. We're letting them twist side to side. Good. And now let's take the left foot and cross it on the right thigh. You can stay right here. Keep checking in, saying, okay, what's gentle for me today? Do I want to stay here? Do I want to bring the foot off the floor? Do I want to hug this leg in? And keep the breath going. Good. Good. And then releasing both feet to the floor. Arms are out, palms up, knees go side to side. Good. And then come back to center. Now we're going to do like a little snow angel on the floor. I got to move my stuff over so I have room. All right. So now you got to make sure you have room alongside you to let the arms drag up and down. So think back to, when it was snowing out and you did your favorite thing. You did making a snow angel on the ground here. And we're just doing that with the arms on the ground. So letting the arms make full contact with the floor because you really want to make that imprint of having wings, right? And let the arms on the inhale float up and on the exhale float down. Just dragging the arms up. So you have a little bit of friction you're working with here with the arms moving in one direction and then the other. But just go with it, okay? See if you can let the arms engage just enough to let this motion happen. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And we're not looking to bring the arms completely up overhead. Just up. They can go shoulder height or even just a little bit higher, but no more than that. Inhaling up, exhaling down. You make this beautiful angel imprint on the floor. Yeah, if you're on carpet, maybe you really are making a nice imprint here. You can check it out later. All right, so let's do one more. Inhaling up, exhaling down. When the arms come back down to the sides, let the palms face towards the floor. Walk the feet in so they're about hip width apart. Feet are parallel, about 3 inches away from your bottom. And we're going into a moving bridge. So that looks like inhaling, letting the pelvis come on up off the floor, and then exhale, roll back down. Just as easy as that. Inhaling, rolling up. And exhale, roll down. And you can imagine the whole spine being able to articulate. So granted, the way our anatomy is, certain areas are going to articulate better than others independently. But just have that in your mind's eye, imagining it's like a rope moving up like a wave and then coming down like a wave. Really fluid. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Activating the core, strengthening the core, stretching it a little. Good. So remember, if this doesn't feel right to you, you can just stay on the floor and just do a pelvic curl. So it's just letting the tail tuck under and then let it come back down. So if that feels more aligned with your idea of your practice today, just go with that. This is very good for the low back and the hips, just curling the pelvis and releasing. All right, let's do a couple more. Inhaling and exhaling. All right, so whether you're doing that pelvic curl or the full rolling bridge here, let's just hold for a moment at the top. So if you're doing the pelvic curl, you're just holding that tailbone tuck. Hold for a moment longer. And then come back down, 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 down. Good. Now, we're going to bring the knees in towards the chest, but see if you can do it both at the same time. Let them both lift off the floor at the same time. Hug them in towards the chest. Good. We're going to do that a couple times. So the both feet place down at the same time. So go from the toes to the heels. And then when we bring them back in, you're going to lift the heels. And then both toes come off the floor at the same time. Hug the knees in. Same way that you came up, come back down. The toes come down first, the balls of the feet, and then the heels. Let's take a breath here with both feet on the floor. Good. On your next exhale, heels lift up, then both toes exactly at the same time, hugging both knees in. Awesome. All right, roll right over onto your right side, pressing into the left hand. Come on, right around into table. We're going to move in and out of child's pose a couple times. So that same principle we were just doing where we were moving both legs at the exact same time. This is easier now because we're going to move both sides of the sit bones towards the heels at the same time and then back up into table. So I was going to say it's a lot easier because, our hips are attached side to side. It's not like you have these free floating feet, that we're a little more challenging to synchronize. All right, so it's inhaling forward and then exhale at the heels and the high knee meet up or come close to each other. If you want, you can let the forehead come down to the mat and then come back up into table. Exhaling back. Taking time with it, inhaling forward and exhaling back. Inhaling forward. This time, curl your toes under, lift the hips up in the air, coming into your down dog, pedaling the feet a couple times, side to side. Oh, that's so special. All right, let's walk the feet in towards the hands and the hands back towards the feet. Bent knee, forward bend. Let the back of the neck stay long. Really bend those knees. All right, and now climb the hands up the legs, rolling it up to stand. All the way up to stand. Take your time, take your time. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, open, 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 open. Hands to the hips. Sit down, Utkatasana. Heels and your knees. They're kind of in the same line. I mean, the knees are a little bit forward of the ankles, but that's, we're not bringing the knees so they're way over the feet. We're keeping the knees right over the ankles. Best we can, and then come back up to stand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to hips, sit down. Like that stool is way behind you. You have to reach your butt way out to grab it with your butt. Grab it with your butt. Oh, jeez. All right, inhaling back up to stand, reach up. Last one, hands to the hips, sit down. That is perfect. Come back up to stand. That's nice. All right. So now widening the feet. We're going to go right into our wide angle forward bend. So the feet are really wide here. You can use that cushion you were sitting on in the beginning. This will work fine. Or whatever, a block, you decide, okay? So we have the feet slightly pigeon-toed, hands on the hips. If you're using a prop, it's down about a foot in front of you here. And as you come forward, let your hands come down your thighs, soften those knees, let them bend. You can feel a little crease in the hips here. Good. And then if it feels okay, you can reach out for your prop, let your hands come down, adjust it so your hands are right under your shoulders, lengthen the back of the neck. I know. So the tendency for most people is to keep the chin lifted here. If anything, let the chin tuck slightly in towards your throat notch to let the back of the neck go really long. Drop the shoulders away from the ears and breathe here. Breathe, 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 breathe. Go as deep here as you like. I'm modeling this with a prop. It's so nice to do with the props to just make it so breathable, so integrated, right? All right. So from here, we're going to slide, if you're using a block or a cushion, slide it over towards the right side, towards your right foot, and let your left side of your hip just draw back slightly. So we just made it really a little bit longer for this right leg. And then bring your prop over to the left side. And again, you can draw back slightly on the right hip over towards the right side a little. And then back to center. All right, so here, we're not going to come all the way up. We're going to heel toe the feet in to about the width of the mat, or if you're, a long way, just kind of eyeball it about the width of your shoulders. And from here, you can come down into a squatting position, or you can come right down onto the floor. So if your knees are at all compromised, achy, whatever, don't do the squat. Just come right down onto the floor and you can pull your knees in towards your chest. Otherwise, we're letting the high knee come down towards the heels. And if you have a cushion, you can even bring it around behind you and use it like a little stool here to support you as you come into your squat. Hands can be on the floor. The heels can be lifted, that's fine. Awesome. All right, so now we're going to transition to sit with the legs out in front. Hands behind, let the feet separate and just let the feet wave at each other. In and out, in and out. Good, good. And then come into a cross leg position. And let's do a twist right around to the right side. Right hand behind you, looking over towards the right side of your vision. Come back to center and right over to the left side and looking to the very left side of your vision. Back to center. Let the legs slide out in front of you. Good. All right, let's take this onto the back. So we're going to come rolling down onto the back. Grab your strap so you have it once you're all the way down. We're going to lasso that right foot right beneath the ball of the foot. Extend the leg up towards the ceiling. The left foot is on the floor. And then from here, let the knee start to bend in towards the chest. So this is a half happy baby, okay? So we're bringing the knee in towards the chest. The foot is flexed towards the ceiling. Good. And then as your hip opens over time and space here, you can bring the knee in towards the armpit. And if you're finding you have more room today in your hips, you can let the left leg straighten out. But again, stay with that idea of being gentle. The energetic feedback here isn't just you pulling on this strap and pulling the knee in towards your chest. It's also a little feedback where you're pressing the foot into the strap as well. So there's this push me, pull you going on, a little traction from the strap and a little push into the strap. And we just activate those hip muscles a little, and then you can let everything relax. And maybe you can pull the leg in a little bit more. Oh, that's so good. All right, so we're going to release this. Release the strap. Bring the knee in towards the chest. Left foot is on the floor, and let's go back to that figure four stretch. Left ankle on the right. I'm sorry, right ankle on the left thigh. Bring the knee in towards the chest. You can do a little rocking side to side here. Oh, that's good. Very nice. All right, and then releasing both feet to the floor. And let the knees windshield wipe side to side a couple times. That is good. And back to center. Let's take this strap again, whatever you're using here. Take your implement and string it around your foot. So we have a connection point here. Extend the leg out. So maybe you get a little stretch in the hamstring here. Just extend it out. And then bend the knee in towards the chest. The sole of the foot goes right up towards the ceiling. And maybe you find a little more room. Maybe the knee comes in towards the armpit. But stay with what feels gentle for you, okay? What feels gentle. And remember, there's a dialogue going on between the sole of your foot and the strap. The strap's pulling on the leg, and maybe the leg sometimes pushes towards the strap, and then maybe sometimes it relaxes and you find a little more space. If you're finding you have even more like flexibility today, you can let the right leg extend all the way out. Keep breathing here. Excellent. All right, so let's release. Let's bring the right foot to the floor again, and then the left ankle to that right thigh. And we'll place the strap off to the side now. Hugging this right knee in towards your chest, if you like. You can keep the right foot right on the floor if you like. Do any little swaying side butts to side. That's good. All right, so now let's bring both feet down to the floor. Just let your arms relax out at your sides, and let's windshield wipe the knees side to side to side. Back to center. You can grab your cushion you were sitting on if you like. We're going to take the legs up into the air. So sometimes people like to elevate the pelvis a little bit, and it does have a nice energetic effect. It's like a waterfall effect through the body, elevating the pelvis. So what we do is we place the cushion right under the sacrum and the low back, like it's balanced between those two areas there. And then taking the knees in towards the chest and up towards the ceiling, letting the arms relax out at the side. Yeah. And an alternative position for this could be you're on the floor, just gently placing your palms down on the floor here, tucked under your low back, and extending the legs up in the air. This is just as good, right? Now let's stay here in this inversion just for a few breaths, okay? So if at any time while we're holding you feel like you want to release, just come down. You don't have to stay with the inversion the whole time. You can let your eyes close or focus on your big toes. And so that's an interesting thing if you're doing the eye focus, the drishti. It's a soft focus because if you think about it this way, it's hard to look at both toes simultaneously. Your eyes might pick one and then they pick the other. So if you pick a spot like just between, or even that contact point, if they're together between the two toes, you can see both toes. It's just not in your direct line of vision. It's slightly off of center. And then with that, you can allow your peripheral vision to open. And it allows for a expanding of the mind, of the consciousness. when we're not so focused on that line of vision, right? On our bullseye. When we allow the stuff on the perimeter to play a role, it opens you up to thinking differently, thinking outside the box. One more inhale here. And then bring the knees in towards the chest and let the feet touch down, coming off your cushion, hugging the knees back in towards the chest, rocking side to side. Enjoy this. Oh, I love this part. Just letting the hug be a genuine thing here, giving yourself a genuine hug. Mm-hmm. Good. And then bringing both feet down to the floor and let those knees drop side to side again. Windshield wipe them. And then if you like, take a little pelvic roll, just rolling the pelvis on the floor here. Little circle going one way and then the other. hmm Good. And then it's Shavasana time. So if you'd like, you can use a bolster behind your knees that elevates the knees just a little bit. So the idea is letting the front of the pelvis, these hip flexors, to have a little more slack, allows the low back to relax a little more. And I've said this in other classes. You can bring the backs of your legs even up on a chair or like a sofa. That would give you a little more traction for the low back. So you decide what's right for you today, okay? And then let your arms relax out at your sides. Your head is relaxed. If you notice your chin lifting up towards the ceiling because the muscles are feeling a little short today, just place a thin blanket under the head so that the face is level, or alternatively, yeah, that's right. Okay, the word sounded weird to me. Let the forehead be slightly higher than your chin. Okay, so either way, the face could be level or the forehead slightly higher. Okay, with your blanket. And once you're comfortable, once you're propped up nice here. Oh, and I should also I want to touch on something else too. If your hands aren't easily making contact with the floor, in that like your wrists are lifted up off the floor here with the palms up, and you just have the backs of your fingers on the floor and the wrists are elevated, just grab anything you have in your house that would help you support your hands here. You want to have the hands slightly elevated in that case, and the back of the hand supported so that the arms, the hands can relax. It's not this feeling of tension that can occur if you're hanging in space, just having the backs of the hands supported. Yeah. All right. So now that's good. So let's the eyes close. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Another deep inhale. And exhale and relax a little more. And again, big deep breath. Exhale, trust, relax, let go. Now breathing in and out through your nose, allowing your feet to draw your attention, feeling the soles of your feet, the tops of your feet, just observing what they feel like in this moment, and then sending them a message to relax. And you can even repeat to yourself My feet are relaxed. Moving up to your ankles, observing what they feel like, and then saying silently to yourself, my ankles are relaxed. And imagine that happening. Just feel it happening as your imagination makes it so, relaxing the feet, relaxing the ankles. Observing your knees. And how do your knees feel? And say silently to yourself, my knees are relaxed. And as you say it, feel it becoming so. Knees relaxed. Observing both your hips. Saying to yourself, my hips are relaxed. And feel the magic that's happening as your hips relax, just with the prompt, my hips are relaxed. Observe your low back. My low back is relaxed. Observe your mid back. My mid back is relaxed. Feel it happening. Observe your upper back, your shoulders. My upper back and shoulders are relaxed. Observe your belly. My belly is relaxed. I trust and let go as my belly is relaxed. My chest is relaxed. Feel your breathing relax. Your heartbeat relax. Observe your arms and your hands. My arms and hands are relaxed. Observe your neck. My neck is relaxed. Observe your head, your face. My head and face are relaxed. And now observe your whole body. The whole body, inside and outside. Observe. and say to yourself, my whole body is relaxed. My whole body is relaxed. My whole body is relaxed. Let your next breath be a little deeper, wiggling the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes, stretching out in a way that feels good to you. And then when you're ready, let your knees bend in towards your chest and roll right over onto your right side into a little ball and pause here. Enjoy this transition time. This is where we can just observe our potential energy. Quietly observing. And then coming on up to sit in your own time, making your way up. Letting the eyes close once you get there. And just observing the rate of your breath, the quietness of your mind, the feeling of being centered that comes along with relaxing, that comes along with integrating into your body like you did during your practice. Good. All right. So now bringing the palms together, and let's end with an Om. Om. And bowing to the light and the shadow in everything. And bowing to each other. Namaste. So good to practice with you today. So good. It's beautiful out. I hope you're enjoying whatever you're doing, whatever you're up to. And I miss you all. But here we are. All right. I was looking back on the videos I've been doing. I can't believe I've been doing this for 3 months, you know? It's just wild. Someday we will be back in person again. So until then, have a good one. Namaste.